Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of Sonic Adventure on the Sega Dreamcast and Nintendo GameCube, the first real 3D Sonic game ever released by Sega. The story is split into 6 subplots. Sonic comes back from his holiday and notices a police car chase. He goes to the scene and sees the water monster himself, known as Chaos. Chaos easily defeats the police officers and then turns his attention to Sonic, who leaps into action. Sonic defeats the monster and witnesses him escape. Here's the story revolves around trying to help Sonic defeat these new foes. Knuckles is trying to look for the pieces of the Master Emerald. Amy helps a bird find its family after it runs into her in the city. Gamma starts off as a robot working for Dr. Robotnik, but then rebels and decides to destroy all of his other brothers. And Big is looking for his pet frog. Yeah, I'm not. The gameplay for Sonic is brilliant, bringing all the fast-paced running from the Genesis trilogy and bringing all the awesome platforming levels to 3D. It's damn near perfect with only a couple small problems, being the camera will piss you off and will probably throw you off many times, and the homing attack tends to glitch a couple times in both versions of the game. But still, the levels are awesome. Tails' gameplay is exactly like Sonic's, only his levels are half as long. They do, however, offer a lot of exploration thanks to his ability to fly, and they're still very fun. Knuckles' gameplay did seem strange at first, but it has a solid concept and I feel rewarded for that. It's also quite enjoyable too. I do like these stages quite a bit more than the mediocre ones we had in Sonic Adventure 2. It's a nice change from the speed sections and emphasizes on adventure. Amy is nothing special, nothing bad. Her gameplay revolves around being pursued by a creature known as Zero. Well, actually he's a robot. Regardless, he wants to do God knows what to her, and all you have to do is avoid him by doing some platforming. Simple as that. The cat is downright terrible. Nothing is fun about fishing in a Sonic game. I have no idea why they would place him in a game like this, of all things. He seems more suited for Sega Bass Fishing, or better yet, just some party game. There's nothing to like about him. He's retarded, annoying, his voice irritates me. He's voiced by friggin' John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem, and yeah, he sounds like a total retard. He's terrible. Why is he even there? E102 Gamma's pretty damn fun. You reach the end of your goal by obliterating whatever stands in your path, and you will face a boss at the end. Obliterate the boss and you complete the stage. Yay! For its time, the graphics of the game were great. Sure, they look dated nowadays, but come on. This was all the way back in 1998. Speaking of which, people were absolutely blown away by how this game looked, and the CGI cutscenes looked outstanding and looked better than half of the stuff I've seen on the Wii. The controls are tight on both ends, which is exactly the way I like them. They're definitely much better than the controls we've seen in 3D Sonic games these days, and they're virtually always working and usually dependable. I mean, sometimes they'll glitch, but it's not too often. It's maybe like one out of every 10 times. Now for the replay value, the Dreamcast version offers plenty. There were internet connections for DLC, there's the Child Garden and VMU feature, and there are plenty of emblems to unlock on top of that. This game should keep you as busy as the average Mario game, since there's over about 120 emblems to collect, and trust me, I haven't even gotten them all yet. There are all sorts of new routes and levels to explore, and the Sonic, Tails, and probably Knuckles stages will keep you coming back for more. I even come back to the Amy, Big, and Gamma stages. Gamma and Amy simply to get more emblems, and Big to drown if I feel kind of psychotic and sadistic. There's also the Child Garden, which is a pretty cool feature, and I will admit, I have wasted a lot of my life playing with those little cute bastards. They're so adorable, and you can enter them in little races too, and watching them grow up is kind of fulfilling. Oh, who am I kidding? I think I'm going a bit too in-depth with that, but overall it was really fun, and the fact that you could bring them along to VMU is also cool. In fact, if you and a bunch of friends had a ton of VMUs, you could play a little mini-game. I mean, like, not that I would, but, you know, just letting it out there. Sounds like it. The GameCube version differs a bit. The controls tend to glitch more because of the horrible frame rates. The game itself is a lot glitchier. They removed the glitches in the old games, but just filled in with a bunch of new ones. On top of that, the camera gives out way more. The water effects don't look as good as they do in the Dreamcast version, and I prefer the way Mystic Ruins looked in the Dreamcast version. I do like the better lighting though. That was nice. Although I prefer the way Sonic's character model looked in the Dreamcast version, just because it kind of reminded me of classic Sonic, but hey, that's just me. So yeah, I have a couple small complaints. 1, the Game Gear games suck, except like 3. 2, the mission mode's kind of lame and bland. And 3, If you already have the Dreamcast version, what's the point of getting this one? Overall, this game is a classic and a must-own for any Dreamcast owner. And even if you don't have a Dreamcast, you can get the GameCube version, which is a pretty good substitute depending on how you feel about it. They'll both keep you entertained for a while, although the Dreamcast version is definitely the definitive way of playing Sonic Adventure, and I recommend this version highly over the GameCube version. The GameCube version is good, but has a lot of crappy stuff in it. And the Dreamcast version, while it does have a few flaws, it is still an amazing game, in my opinion, even to this day, and I will always defend it no matter what.